Okay, thank you. My name is Diego. I am CEO of Alimentos.pe. We actually are trying to solve a problem that most of us had. When was the last time that you actually went to the supermarket and forget to bring something home? And then you just didn't wanted to go out again. What about if you really wanted, you were craving for something like maybe a chocolate or something like that, and as again you couldn't find it on the supermarket. So in this case, actually, we actually conducted a research in Peru, in Latin America, in South America, about what people do in these cases. We found that actually people from 18 to 40 years old buy online. 62% buy online via social networks. That means Facebook, WhatsApp, to the close convenience store, and they do it at least once a week. But on the other side, this buying experience is not really the best. They need to write down a message if they have the phone of the grocery store owner, asking if they have the product that they want, what is the price. And in the best case scenario, this goes really fast, but that's not the real case. Some cases they even say in some PDF that it's very outdated with the prices, so they need to check again. Uh, on the other hand, the shop owner, they want to have the visibility online, but they need help for doing that. They do not know really how to start, and some of them fear of the high prices. Also, they have a lot of inefficiencies on the process, because on their reposition process, because right now they handwrite a notebook saying what's the sale of the day. So based on that, they plan their purchase case. So Alimentos.pe is the solution. We are a location-based online marketplace where the buyer can find exactly the product that they are looking for on the convenience store close by and get their products delivered to their place. On the other side, for the small shop owner, a convenience store, they can have the visibility online that they require, which it's translated to more sales, and have reports exactly about how are their sales proceeding. We have a full functional MVP that right now it's being tested on the market. So first, the consumer, the buyer, finds his location on the map, and then all the products from the nearby convenience stores are loaded. Just as a remark, in Peru, this is not only for chocolates. This is also for fruits, vegetables, meat, hot dogs, and more stuff. It's like a very small supermarket. And this is in Latin America as well. So they proceed with all the checkout. They do the selection, and they introduce their information, location, phone, email, and they can also compare the prices to see actually exactly what they are looking for, because they are not looking only one store. They are comparing, our algorithm compares all the shops around to find exactly the product that they are looking for. For example, a Coca-Cola of 1 liter or a Pepsi of half a liter, exactly what they want. After making the purchase online, they both receive a personalized email, the buyer and the seller, so they can get in contact for the delivery and the address and the summary of the purchase. On the other side, the seller, they get a personalized menu where they can actually track their or keep a log of their sales from the day, the week, the month. They can add new products to this platform, or make some discounts if they want, and get a summary about their sales on the last 30 days and so on. Uh, they can also add put what's the fees for their delivery service and other information relevant for them. Um, then okay, so our business model is mainly based on commission. We have a free tier, totally free tier, risk free for the seller, but at the end of the month they will not be selling for some days. If they want to have an uninterrupted selling experience, they need to pay this 2% commission. We are also aiming now for the large manufacturers as well to join our platform and sell directly to these small stores. They are very interested as well on having a large number of small stores who they can sell directly. This is basically skipping the whole supply chain, and they are capable of performing these deliveries. So we have identified these as our two main revenue stream, and we are focusing on the large manufacturer. That's the direct to consumer almost, because the grocery store is the last mile delivery to the home of the owner. This is the market size. Only in Peru there are more than 400,000 of these small stores. In Latin America, 7 million of them, and we see that this is a global problem with over a 5 billion worth industry or sales industry net value of the industry. We focus on the short time, and we sell every product. Coca-Cola has introduced a solution since around 1 year. They have expanding very, very fast, but they do only partner with some specific brands, like big brand, Procter & Gamble, Ariel, and some others. But they are very specific. We don't have that restriction. We are very open for anything. You can even buy a Pepsi here, and some other solutions offer some products that are more brand focused. So and their other platform, they can only buy one specific product. It's not like a whole solution, and that's what we are offering now, with a partner with the convenience store.
Thank you very much, Diego. Unfortunately, we're out of time in the presentation.
Yeah, actually, it was all the presentation.
Thanks a lot. Let's have a look for some questions. I'm looking at the jury first, if there's any of you that has a question to ask.
It's Philip here. I'll ask a question.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hi. So very interesting. I live in Scotland, and in fact was slightly involved in a startup in my nearby city called Dundee that created an app very similar to this called Happy Shopper. And initially it seemed like a poor idea, but COVID really helped, because suddenly those small corner stores got very interested and their customers in lockdown. So I can see how it can work. The scale of what you're talking about is much larger. So I'd like to understand more about the business model. It sounds like you're creating a bit of competition between the corner shops. I place an order, and the different shops then pick whichever the cheapest gets the order, or I bid to win the order. Is that how it happens?
They do not bid. They already have their prices fixed by themselves, and they also select the products that they want. But not always they have exactly what their consumer wants. So we allow the consumer to find exactly what they want, comparing by more than one shop. For example, one shop has already run out of eggs, and he's looking for eggs. So
if I place an order as a consumer for a basket of products, they could be delivered by several different stores. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
Okay, so I wonder if that becomes I understand, but I wonder if it becomes a bit complicated for delivery times and convenience. I just want one delivery.
Well, it really depends on the person, because they have the option to choose either buying on one store, because imagine that you have lettuce, tomatoes, and eggs, and one store has two of them but doesn't have eggs, but you really want to have the eggs. So in that case, you are actually choosing to buy there, because other option is just having no eggs, making the whole purchase, but without eggs. So it's your choice as a consumer, and some competition about the prices between the stores is not bad, because also they can prefer the shop that delivers them the faster or the best quality, because they have this information.
Okay. I'll let someone else ask.
Thank you very much. I also saw a question from Mike there.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how did your team sort of come together?
Sorry, I couldn't understand.
Your team, how did it come together?
Oh yeah, we know for a long time. He's a friend from the university. He's more in the direction of telecommunications, and he's been working on the on data science. I am an autonomous system student right now at KTH, and I'm also in this direction, but more focused on the full stack. He's more in the cybersecurity area, and Carola is more on the selling part. She's the one who's going to the stores. She has more years of experience as a real estate agent, and due to COVID, she was also looking for some new areas to explore, and this was a very good opportunity to make this. She's very good at making this bonding and contacting people, and to make the jump, join the platform.
Okay, I think we have time for one more question from the jury, and then one from the audience as well. I see there was a question from Karen as well. You're muted, Karen.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I had a question. It's in the chat, and I see that also Casper has the same question. But I have other questions as well, because you're saying you are going to put the order to different shop owners, but you can also order from the source itself. How do you envision this will impact the entire retail industry?
Actually, for our platform, it's only for the convenience stores. This
Okay.
next step that is here is for offering or selling to the convenience store, not like to the final consumer, but rather making like a bulk package for the small convenience stores, because they are really small. They don't have the best deals, and with our solution, they can actually have these best prices. And on the other hand, the manufacturer can get also more profit because they do not need to pay some third parties for the delivery and so on, because they do have their own ways. And if we plan and do a whole lot, they are happy to deliver them.
Okay, so you're not for the consumers, but you're for the small retailers.
Yes, on the left side, like for the consumer, and the right side is more for the business. It's a small shop owner.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the answer. Allow me to introduce you then to Jose Carlos, our voice of the chat, who will have the hard task of picking one question from the audience.
Yeah, in this case, I will try to pick a combination of questions. So I see there are a few questions regarding the competition, so the competitors analysis. And it seems to me that you have already a slide. So perhaps can you explain how do you differentiate from the existing competitors in the market?
Yes, for example, on the left side is more on the long-time delivery, because Recra offers sales from directly the manufacturer directly to the shop. So you can buy directly a Coca-Cola from Coca-Cola. You can buy toilet paper directly from the manufacturer. That's on the left side. On the right side is not specific for a brand. It's rather you can buy a combination of brands from the convenience stores close by. Also, we do not limit or restrict some products based on, like, for example, brand, because Coca-Cola doesn't want to sell Pepsi. We do not have this restriction. And also some other marketplaces like Facebook Shop, they sell almost everything, but they do not really focus on something particular. So we are focusing on consumer, like grocery stores, grocery shopping, short delivery time, and with any brand that wants to sell, because there are a lot of different brands, a lot of different products. Yep.
Okay, thank you very much, Diego, for the pitch and for answering the questions.